Alright, we're at a pump system in Lowell. Well, not pump system, a tank replacement. And we got issues already, so we're just gonna keep troubleshooting. So, old tank, it's one of the old school ones. There's 3 different lids, all extremely heavy. We already got the tank. We kind of pulled out piece by piece. I got my tripod out here, catching everything. And it is solid dirt, all roots. So we're thinking that there's no way that their system was working with it being that hard and solid. We went to pump it, and it's nothing but roots and just solid dirt. So we're assuming there's another tank here somewhere that's got all the liquid. That's what we'll validate here. Okay, so we got our 6-inch pipe under here, like we said before, here, and then we've got our big old thing of goo here. So we're gonna get this 6-inch. That's the issue sometimes you run into. Please getting all the concrete pieces stacked up. We'll get them layered so we can backfill this correctly, but our goal is to now come over here and put the new tanks. The current tank was right there, obviously, but this is our old clay tile. That's where it was going, right there. The drain pipe coming out of the tank was going right through here. So part of this tank replacement is we have to validate that this house has a working drain field. What we're going to do by doing that is just we're going to get our 2 new tanks in right here, and we're going to do that. There's a couple different reasons. One reason is we want to keep it off the driveway, so if someone does back out or something, just less chance of someone driving over it. The other reason is if you put the tank in right where the old one was, you're going to have about 3 foot of riser on there, so why dig the tanks deeper than what you need to. So our goal is to, I don't know if you can probably see it in the camera or not, but it drops about 3 foot right here where this little chunk of grass is. So that's where we're going to put it. It's a nice kind of level spot. We can get them set right in here, and it'll work pretty darn good because they'll be shallower, so we only need probably 1.5 foot of riser, maybe only 1 foot. And then it's kind of right in between. It's kind of by the tree line, but it's not by the driveway, and it's not into the cornfield either. So we're assuming this one we may need a new drain field, because right now it's currently running down into the field. But it could potentially come here and do a 90 and be feeding out right there, which would be great. So all we gotta do is validate that it's working, it's not plugged, and they can keep that. But if we find out that it is plugged up and not working, then we have to file a different permit and get a drain field going. Okay, so what we found is there was about a 1.5 foot layer of roots and thick goo on top of the tank, which made it seem like there wasn't any liquid, but there was. So Kevin just pumped that out. And then this is where the old clay tile pipe was. You can probably see some of it, but you can see all the sewage running out because it's been backed up. And we're ripping these plants out here, this tree, because we want to validate before Kevin takes off that there's not another dry well or something sitting underneath that. So yeah, this one's just kind of a troubleshooting situation here. Okay, Lee's finishing up. I think that's the last scoop. So really hard clay, but that's actually the best I've ever seen them dig right there. That is a straight wall. That's usually the hardest part, is not tapering this. So you think you're good, but it's actually tapered in about 1.5 feet. So he's just taking that, got it perfectly level inside the cab. We've got that Leica system, so no one has to get in there. But once he says it's good to go, then we're gonna. All right, so it felt good, looked good. So we're gonna get that bottom tank hooked up on there and swing that thing around and get it set in. We are racing a storm too, so it's always that fun stuff. Didn't know it was supposed to rain today, but there is one huge storm coming through that might make this a little interesting. So especially with this kind of clay. But all right, we're gonna grab that tank. Can it go that way at all?
Yeah.
Can you, just because that's always gonna settle wrong. Yeah. Ah, here it comes. Push her where you need it. I got this corner line. Right there.
Pop the top.
Pop the top. Good Lord, that was hard. Woo. Okay, Lee is finishing this hole up. I had to dig a little bit. He had to have a donut. So that graded just that last little scoop. The last 2 inches is usually the hardest. So I'm not going to get in there now, but when the other tank gets in the bottom, I'll show you. We found the pipe going to the drain field. It's 100% blocked. So I got to share the bad news with the customer that they're going to need a new drain field. Good thing is he kind of felt like that's probably going to be the case, but the bad news is you probably can't see it, but there's a gray modeling and some red modeling indicating that this is the water table, about 2 foot below grade. So that means they're going to probably have to have a pump system and a mount.
Dead on that way.
the sling for him. I'll help him get it down a little bit. Good. Well, then we'll cut up. Yep. Good.
That was easy.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Suspiciously.
Let's we're gonna get this connected. Let's hurry up and try to get some dirt kind of over there around these edges. We'll put a couple risers on. We'll get these screwed on. We can backfill this as much as we can, but leave it open for next section.
Just pick the tank up with your hands and set it on. Yep. You don't need an excavator. Get that side in. Get it back out. Yeah. Actually, I'll see if I can do that.
I can get this one a little bit.
Okay.
Thanks. Yeah, we just want to be able to get that baffle on there. Ready?
Yep. Good.
I like it right there too.
Yeah.
So then there's less chance of that blowing.